Classification of the osmotic drug delivery system. In this osmotic drug delivery system, these are classified into 5 types. They are Duros technology, Algit osmotic pump, third one is Rose and Nelson pump, and fourth one is Higuchi Theus pump, and last one osmotic drug delivery system is mini osmotic pump. These are the 5 types of pumps which are used in the osmotic drug delivery system. Many forms of the osmotic pumps are reported in the literature, but in general they can be divided into oral and implantable systems. In implantable osmotic drug delivery system contains Duros technology, Alget's osmotic pump, Rose and Nelson pump, Higuchi Theus pump, and the mini osmotic pump. In this Duros technology, I will show the picture of the Duros technology. This is the Duros technology, and in this technology, as shown in the diagram, this Duros technology provides a bi-compartment system which is separated by a piston. One of the components consists of osmotic engine which specially formulated with the excess of solid, that is nothing but sodium chloride, that is remains in the present of the throughout delivery period, and it results the constant osmotic gradient. It can also consist a semi-permeable membrane on one end, and in another end the osmotic gradient, tissue, water and osmotic engine are placed. The another compartment consists of a drug solution with an orifice which is drug released from the osmotic gradient. This osmotic gradient helps to provide the specific and systemic drug delivery system when the implants are implanted in the humans. This implantation is performed in the mostly preferred in the site of subcutaneous placement and inside the skin, that is nothing but upper arms, inside the upper arms. This delivery period of the implants are ranges from the some days to 1 year. Mostly these implants are used in the while pregnancy patients, means who is not comfortable with the drugs. They are in those times these implants are used. This technology is screened for the compatibility and suitability biocompatible ones which are used. The radiation sterilization was used to sterilize the final drug product. Hence, the materials of this system are also screened for the withstand sterilizing dose of the radiation. This Duros technology has potential to provide the more flexibility than competitive products which are regarding to the drugs, which is nothing but proteins, peptides. These are the mostly determined by this technology. Next one is all-jet osmotic pump. This all-jet osmotic pump, there are miniature implantable pumps are used in the research of animals like mice and rats. These pumps are continuously deliver the drug and hormones and other test organs that control the 1 day to 6 weeks without need of external connections. In this all-jet pump, it is used for the systemic administration for the targeted drug delivery system. These implants are implanted subcutaneously and intraperitoneally also. These osmotic pumps are attached to the localization of the drug and intravenous, intracerebral, intraarterial infusion to deliver the 100 types of compounds, which are including antibiotics, chemotherapeutic drugs, cytokines, growth factors, or other hormones. These all-jet pumps are operated by the osmotic displacement. Any empty reservoir within the core of the pump is filled with the drug or hormone solution to be delivered, which is isolated from the chamber coating salt. Due to the presence of high concentration of the salt, the chamber surrounding reservoir is passed by the semi-permeable membrane. Then water enters into the pump through the semi-permeable membrane. After the entry of water, the volume can be increased. The salt volume will be increased. It causing compression and flexibility of the reservoir and the delivery of the drug solution which is delivered into the animal body. This is about the all-jet osmotic pump. I will show the diagram also. Here it is the all-jet osmotic pump. And third one is Rose and Nelson pump. Here it is. Here you can observe this diagram, Rose and Nelson pump. This is the Rose and Nelson pump. In the 1955 year, the two Australian psychologists are reported the first osmotic pump to the gut of the sheep and other cattle. The pump is constructed for the three chambers, which is nothing but this diagram, okay? And the drug chamber with an orifice, a salt chamber with the elastic diaphragm which contains the excess solid salt and water chamber. A semi-permeable membrane which is the membrane separate the drug and water chamber. The difference in osmotic pressure across the membrane moves water from the water chamber into the salt. The water chamber will move into the salt chamber. The volume of the chamber increases because of the water flow. This leads to the separating the salt and drug chambers, thereby the pumping drug out of the device. Sorry, I am showing the diagram, but it is depend upon the it is belongs to the Higuchi Thieves pump. And now I am told the Rose and Nelson pump. The Rose and Nelson, those are the Australian physiologists. The diagram of this Rose and pump is, I will show you. This is the Rose and pump, Nelson pump, okay. This is the water chamber is there, here drug chamber is there, the salt barrier, salt chamber is this presented. After that it will be completely dissolved. And this is about the Higuchi Thieves pump. This is the diagram of Higuchi Thieves pump. In 1970, Higuchi, he is the great scientist. He developed a similar form for the Rose and Nelson pump. Okay, this Higuchi Thieves pump is related to or similar to the Rose and Nelson pump. The semi-permeable valve itself acts as a rigid outer causing the pump. The device is loaded with the drug. The device is fully loaded with the drug only. But in Rose and Nelson pump, the salt and water will also be there. And after the high these devices loaded with the drug prior to the use. When the device is put in aqueous environment, the drug will be released. And the drug will be released through the semi-permeable chamber. This is about the Rose and Nelson pump. Sorry. This is about the Tiguchi-Thews pump. These Higuchi and Thews pump and Rose and Nelson pump both are similar. There is a small difference is this device is put in aqueous environment to release the drug. But in Rose and Nelson pump there is no environment placement of the drug is seen. After the moving mini osmotic pump, this is initially designed by the Alja Corp. This mini osmotic pump is mostly used for the experimental studies in animal models. These pumps operate osmotic pressure difference between the compartment within the pump. The salt sleeve and tissue environment which is implanted into the pump. The high osmolarity of the salt sleeves causes water to flux. As water enters into the salt sleeve, it compresses the flexibility reservoir. The test solution from the pump at controlled predetermined rate. Because of the compressed reservoir cannot be refilled. These pumps are designed for only for the single dose in the while the experimental studies in animal models. This is about the classification of osmotic drug delivery system. This is the mini osmotic pump. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.